Welcome to your daily tarot card reading. This is a tarot card reading for anyone. Bring your questions, keep them in your head, and then take a listen to the cards that are pulled because you were drawn here for one reason. This reading has answers for you. It is not a question and ask, a question by question or a Q&A. It's not that. But the way that these readings work, these general energy readings, is that you have something in your mind and you need answers to it. And for some reason, something about this video called to you, popped up to you, came to mind, drew your attention. That's just how it works. Happy Monday. It is. Today is a very good day. We're going to go through the astrology first, and then we're going to get into the tarot cards. Hey, Earl, thanks for jumping on. Feel free to chit chat during the live. And I hope that means you're paying attention to the reading too. But you can always go back and rewatch it. And for those of you who don't get to participate in the live chats, I want to just say thank you very much for your, what I was going to say, patronage, but it's more just your support of the channel for watching the video. Yeah, and the reading kind of goes all the way up to the end of the video. So don't cut and run on me, please, because there are angel messages coming out right up until the end. Hey guys, thanks for jumping on. Hey Lynn, hey Casglow, hey Alvin, what's up Miranda? Hey Dina, hey Shaw, hey Vanessa, what's up Ling? What's up Thor? Hi. So, hi everybody. Today is a very good day. Oh, yep. Happy August. I hope everybody said rabbit as soon as the clock struck. Today is August 1st. The sun is, of course, in Leo. And the moon is in Virgo. This week, the astrology is extremely interesting. Mercury goes into Virgo, which is really nice. Mercury goes into Virgo the same day within 5 hours of the moon entering Scorpio. Now, Mercury is very at home in Virgo, but the moon is at its fall. Well, it's at its fall position in Scorpio. And what does that mean? It means it's vulnerable. How can the moon be vulnerable when it's all about vulnerability? Well, that's the point. It's at its fall position and it's at its detriment in Capricorn, and it's at its fall position in Scorpio. And what that means is that they're most vulnerable. And how does the moon get vulnerable? It gets vulnerable by not being allowed to feel. Either being so like repressed inside, you refuse to feel your feelings, which happens a lot to Scorpios, or being so obsessed externally with the external world that you don't give your feelings enough attention, which is Capricorn. So it's really, I'll put it blunt, the moon doesn't like to be ignored. And if you're a Cancerian or you know Cancerians, you'll know they'll flip the fuck out. You want to see an ugly side of a Cancerian? Don't text them back. You know what I'm saying? Like, the moon doesn't like to be ignored or not acknowledged. Feelings need to flow. And in those two energies, the moon is vulnerable because it's blocked up. And feelings that get blocked up do not go away. They become rancid and toxic, and they build until they explode like an appendix and poison everything around it. So these are places that where the moon is, a lot of toxicity can build up. Now, just because your sun is in Capricorn does not mean emotionally you're like that. It depends on where your moon is. So the moon really does struggle in Scorpio. It also struggles in not necessarily struggles in Capricorn. It actually, in Capricorn at detriment, I almost feel like it's It needs to get to know itself in a different way. It's definitely challenged. Um, but it's also struggles a great deal in Aries because Aries is so hot, it burns it all up. Instead of just allowing it to feel, it kind of evaporates too quickly. So it's like it doesn't exist. And so there's a few points where the moon doesn't do so well. Scorpio is one of them because not because scorpionic energy doesn't want to feel. It wants to control every aspect of its emotions, and in doing so blocks it up itself. So the moon and Scorpios are difficult because they almost don't know their own feelings. And that becomes a difficult situation. And then we have, but it's only there for a couple days. Anyway, it's not in Scorpio, it's going into Libra. Moon in Libra is actually very pleasant, very, very calm, very even, wants to be very balanced. It's very open-hearted, very friendly. Very romantic. And let's get into a little bit of the romance in the sky right now. Okay. Um Hold on, what's the matter? Oh, I'm sorry guys. Hold on one second. Sorry, something freaked me out for a second, but it was not that bad. I'm sorry. Brief second. So today is August 1st. So what do we have? Um we still have the square between Saturn and Uranus, but when I said romance, right? Like yeah. So let's get into that. Venus is sextile this conjunction. Now there is a conjunction today between okay, very important conjunction. And we should talk about that. Between Mars, Uranus, and the North Node. It's Mars conjunct Uranus conjunct the North Node. What does that mean? Well, the North Node is where you're headed in life. It's that direction. North Node and South Node actually are markers on the same path. So if you think about it, South Node is kind of where you start, and North Node is where you're going. And North Node energy really challenges you because it's not something that you have mastered yet. And yet, as you travel closer to it, or as you incorporate North Node energy into your life, you actually become the best of yourself. So we have the North Node, and then we have Uranus. And what is Uranus? Well, Uranus is innovation primarily. It's change through innovation. It's not sporadic change. It is intentional, curious, looking for like ingenuitive change, right? So Uranus actually changes things, but it uses things like math and science and even dreams. It kind of mixes all those three together to spit out something where it hasn't been before, hasn't gone before. But Uranus gives us the ability to, through intellect, connect where we are now to what we never thought existed. So that's Uranus, and sometimes it just gets tagged as change or rebellion, and I guess it can have that energy, absolutely, but primarily it's ingenuity. And then we have Mars, and everybody knows what the fuck Mars is. Mars is to get shit done, rocket fuel, how we go about getting things done, and our supercharge, our drive in life. So put all three of those together. Between Sunday and Monday, we're in energy right now that is absolutely explosively karmic. And I say explosive because you have this challenge, this square from Saturn. And Saturn is like, well, are we doing it by the rules? Are we doing it by the rules? Are we doing it by the rules? And I can guarantee you, neither Mars or Uranus wants to do anything by the rules. They want to change the rules, considering they're both in Taurus. That's been their hard work and the pebble in their shoe for the past couple of, well, not Mars, but Uranus for the past couple of years, is like, I'm in a sign that doesn't want to change. And yet I'm going to get some motherfucking change out here. But Saturn doesn't like change at all. Well, I couldn't say that. It's not that it doesn't like change. I think Saturn, let's put it this way. Saturn, it's not that Saturn doesn't like change. Saturn doesn't like and will not accept less than the best. Saturn is the highest standard, and it's a ball buster. And being that this is, this conjunction is Taurus, and then it's square to Saturn, the major challenges are but you've got to do it perfectly. And lots of times beginnings aren't perfect. And that's what I really want you to focus on, because we are primed for new beginnings now, but the challenge in the universe is, but they have to be perfect. It has to be perfect. Everything has to align, and it has to be perfect, or you're making the wrong decision. And that is a lie. That is a lie. That is a lie. Because right now, change has to come. But you're going to feel you're in this energy of this real fixed earth kind of energy, which is Taurus, and then the square from Saturn, which is restriction and rule and law and like sky high, raising the bar. Like all of those things are the challenges. And they're going to try to convince you that because everything isn't perfect, you shouldn't be doing it. But that's not true. And we have this little sextile between this conjunction and Venus that's actually helping us out, because sextiles are almost like tethers. They help. It's energy that's helping each other out. It's working. It's functional energy. So Venus is not just conjunct Mars. She's conjunct this. She's not just sextile this. She's not just sextile Mars. She's sextile this conjunction. So it's through Venus that we're going to get shit done, that we're going to figure things out. And now Venus doesn't just run romance. It also runs money. And there's a beautiful trine between Venus and the South Node, which means what? She's learned her fucking lessons when it comes to romance or money. So she's letting you know that even though it doesn't feel right, if it felt right, you'd be fucking up the same old way you always do, and you'd stay stuck. Do it a different way. She's pulling us to do it. Now, she's in Cancer. So she's definitely pulling you through your heart, because Cancer is emotionally run. And she's in Cancer now. So she's going to work through your feelings, right? That's what she's going to do. And so your emotions are going to tell you yes or no. Where do you feel, where is your comfort zone right now? Now, you're supposed to be pulling out of your comfort zone. Yes, and it's going to feel wrong. You're not supposed to stay stuck where you are, but your heart knows where you're supposed to be. So listen to it. Please. Please. It may not make sense. Technically, it probably doesn't make sense. Why do I feel better here? Why do I feel better here? I don't want to make stupid choices. Why? So why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Because because it's almost like because you know how to move forward through anything now. And the secret is that whatever decision you make isn't bad. Because as long as you keep moving and you continue to keep moving in the direction of your long-term goals, you're making the right choice. It's deceptive that everything is supposed to be worked out, figured out. It's not. It's not. And that's that little part of risk that is required with Uranian energy. It's a little bit of risk. You've got to. There's got to be a little bit. But one could also call that a leap of faith. For the extremely faithful, you will not see it as that much of a risk. And faith in yourself is essential. There's a lot of changes. There's a lot of movement. A lot of changes, a lot of movement. We'll see. And you're right. You can't know exactly where you're going to end up. And maybe you shouldn't. The universe is redirecting you, and it's not perfect. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. It could be bringing you home. It could be helping you find your heart closer to where your home or family is. Because Venus is in Cancer, and she's dead center Cancer. Like she's surrounded by Cancerian energy now. And for some of us, for those of us who don't want to be home, that could be like, well, why the fuck do I even care, right? Why do I want to be anywhere near that situation? There might be something karmic that you have to finish up. This is a very karmic time. So you're going to be pushed to fulfill karma in ways that, are not perfect. Tremendous changes. Tremendous. And yes, they absolutely could be tremendous financial changes and tremendous romantic changes, or what you value. What you value in general will be shifting now. And we need this realignment. We need the realignment because we've gotten so unaligned with our truth, with our true nature. And our true nature is essential if we want to get to a place where we're living our true best life, which is what the North Node is about. Living your true best life. And despite the fact that you got to get uncomfortable to do it. Let's go on to the cards. I'm like, guys, I'm like looking for the fucking cards. Like, where are my cards? They're right in front of me. Okay, let me just say, hi, Lynn. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Miranda. Hey, Alvin. Hi, everybody. I'm glad you made it to, hey, Shah. Hi, Holly. Weekly astrology was, good. I'm glad you watched it. Thank you for watching the weekly astrology, Holly. I appreciate it. I get like 500 views a week. It's I don't know. I'm kind of proud of it. This is my second YouTube channel. If I uploaded it to Born Without Boundaries, I promise you that I promise you that I would eventually. I would only get maybe double that. Yeah, I would only get double that. Most people that watch Born Without Boundaries are people who are looking for instantaneous answers, and they think it's related to their horoscope, and it's not. You know what it's related to? Your lifelong journey to be the best version of yourself. But I appreciate all the views that I get. So, all right, Lord, tell me the message. Queen of Pentacles is here. She's about getting shit done, but to the point where she's burning herself to exhaustion. Seven of Wands is next, and Seven of Wands is about refusing to give up. King of Swords is about, okay, somebody realizing you refuse to give up, or still your energy of figuring out how to solve the fucking issues and break through. Work is here. Your work being acknowledged, or somebody finally judging that your work should be acknowledged and then offering you something or a new chance. Now, Eight of Pentacles is the heart of our reading, and that has to do with working, but working diligently, working prudently, taking pride in the work that you do. And then we have Prince of Cups. This is an offer or showing how much you love something and putting a whole lot of energy into it. And this is that Aries Mars energy of just letting your heart push you, guide you forward. Eight of Swords is about being left behind. Part of the motivation could be that you felt like you were left behind, or that there was a disconnect somehow, or having to disconnect from what? 10 of Wands, which is taking on too much. So it's almost like, in some ways, I know you're working hard, you should be diligent, but why are you working so hard? Are you working hard? Are you treading water? Or are you working hard? You're actually swimming. And there's just this sense of maybe you're not swimming because in some ways you are taking on too much. That's not the same as being prudent. Prudence, the Eight of Pentacles, is about focusing on one task and not everything else around you, and really taking to heart and basically at those high standards of, I'm going to do one thing right. I'm going to do this set of things right. I'm going to do this right. That's what I'm going to do. That's where my focus is going to be. But it seems like in some ways you've taken on too much, or you've maybe taken off too fast and taken on too much. So we have swiftness, fast, right? Really fast. Maybe you made your decision too quickly, or you feel like you have to make your decision too quickly, putting all yourself into what breaks your heart. That's interesting. It's almost like being willing to take the risk that you're going to be disappointed. That's what I feel. It's the energy of being willing to take the risk that you're going to be disappointed, but knowing that if step by step, and you handle this step by step and diligently, that ultimately that can come out, that can work out for you too. But it does seem that there is, it's almost like that feeling of once you make the decision, now the other thing looks so much better. That kind of energy. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like once you've made the decision, now the opposite thing looks so much better. And oh, I should have gone that way. When in reality, you'd be doing the same thing if you'd chosen the other way. It's like you're always wondering what if, but that means then you're not focused on where you should, which is what's in front of you. What's in front of you. So what the universe is saying today is that you have to build the perfect situation. It's not just going to land in front of you. And that's why the initial decision that you made is not as important as you think it is. It's the step after step decisions that you make from this point on. And if you just stay focused on this one thing, you will be pleasantly surprised. What's this Three of Swords? This is also the tale of maybe a Queen of Cups who put their whole self into it and always gets disappointed because they always feel like just a choice or just a selection. It could even be that your heartache is kind of making it harder. Your heartache, your disappointment of some sort is making it harder to choose. But if you really looked at it objectively, you'd see that you can make this work. It's about your diligence that's going to make it work, not your choice. Because honestly, any of the choices in front of you are good ones. That's why maybe you can't see the difference. Any of the choices in front of you are a really good choice. So this concept of being heartbroken over, you know, or worried or concerned, it's not really a thing. 8 of Wands, 7 of Cups. In many ways for you, it could be that there are too many choices. There are too many choices, and that's what's driving you nuts. But all that means is whatever you choose it'll be fine. You'll figure it out. You'll be fine. I know. Who wants to just be fine, right? You'll be fine for now. We have guardians. Let's read what that is. It is imperative that you stay centered in the midst of storms and periods of tumult. I mean, hello. Although it's easy to get caught up in chaos when situations arise, you must make the decision to remain calm. Remember the entitlements you were born with. I'm going to say, I don't like the word entitlement. Remember the blessings you were born with as an extension of source. You are completely free. You are a completely free spirit. Don't allow others to influence your choices by dumping their drama onto you. Do what is right for you and allow others to do the same for themselves. The longer you operate this way, the lighter you'll be. Hold compassion for the unawakened while maintaining your own frequency. See unconsciousness as simply the absence of light. Others will become enlightened in their own time. You cannot shake them into alignment. Use meditation and humor to keep your vibration high and to better accept the challenges ahead. I mean, that just fucking sums it up, right? I like these too. Oh, this is downstairs, this book. I haven't used this deck in forever. Let's see what comes out. Meditation, okay, which is centering yourself, balancing yourself, and grounding yourself. And there is only one light. I don't think I've ever really had that card before. There is only one light. Oh, hold on. 2 came out. 3 came out. Meditation. This is 8, the energy of 8. We have a couple of 8s here. We have 8 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles. And then we have there is only light. There is only light and remembrance. There does seem to be an aspect of remembering who the fuck you are about this time. Because in a lot of ways, Uranus likes to throw the baby out with the bathwater. It does. But Saturn, and I think this is why Saturn square Uranus can be very good. Saturn is maintaining of standards. So there's almost a sense of, I'm not going to let you throw the baby out with the bathwater. And the fact that this all kicked off around the new moon, when Jupiter went into retrograde, we left something back there. And I always tell you, the past doesn't exist. But the marker of fate that you were supposed to pick up still does, or what was meant for you. So there is an aspect of this energy now that says, you throw the baby out with the bathwater, but you were still responsible for that baby. Go get that baby and pick it up and run the rest of the way with it. So there is a little bit about, we have to go back to move forward simply because we got to unlock a door, but we left the key back there. God wants you to move forward. He's like, God is conspiring to let you move forward. But There's certain points that you have to hit in order to move forward. And whatever was left behind, whatever was skipped, that's what's got to happen. If only just to learn that you're not the same as you used to be, that things aren't the same as it used to be, and that things in general are better now. Sorry, guys. Ooh. Oh, Miranda. I don't know what happened to Miranda. Okay. I will say this, Miranda. When something like that happens, I've said this my whole life. When something like this happens, it is God kicking you out of a place that you were supposed to be out of a long time ago. And I don't say this from an ignorant place. I have had exact moments like that in my life. And so there's a point of saying, listen, it's like a tower moment. If you don't listen when we're asking, then we're not going to give you a choice. So there was something about that place that you were living that you were just tolerating. And it's done. And if you don't believe you deserve better, at least the universe does. So get out of that place. This is not an insult. This is an intervention. This is legitimately spirit saving your life. And on earth, it may feel like it's about to get a lot harder, but it's nothing compared to the slow dying of your soul by staying where you were. Something is being squashed where you were, and you have got to get out of there. For all you know, it could be for your own protection. And a month from now, you could find out that a murder happened in that place. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, but it always ends like that. It always seems like it feels like we're being kicked in the ass, like we're not being protected. We are absolutely being protected. We are absolutely being protected. So what I'm going to do is say, thank God you were pushed out of that place, because you aren't supposed to be there anymore. And moving forward, you're going to see that you have the absolute strength to handle even worst case scenario situations. And that's going to give you this sense of yourself that you just don't have yet, but you need in order to move to the next level. So that's why all this is happening. And looking back, having been through moments like that, honestly, yeah, that's why it happens. And it's shitty and it's scary, but there's nothing like it to strengthen everything about you. And I have no doubt you will find a new place, however long it takes. And maybe this time around, don't settle. Like I would say right now, flip the switch and look at, I know it's scary because you got like 10 days, right? Which is very strange because I've never heard of somebody saying that you had to leave in 10 days. Like landlords can't do that to somebody. So I'm not really sure what your situation is, but it's not legal for somebody to do that to you. I'll tell you that right now. If you had a lease with them. But say you have to be out in 10 days. You're going to realize you're going to sell so much of your crap. You're going to get rid of so much of your crap. You're going to realize how much you held on to that was actually weighing you down. This is such liberation. I can't even tell you. And there are actually, I don't know where you are in the world, but there are so many people looking for roommates now. So many people looking for roommates now, out in San Diego especially. It's almost like everybody's looking for a roommate now. Everybody. So I don't know who you're bringing along with you, but you definitely have options. Like immediate options. Hi Trina, what's up Sharon? You're welcome. So interesting, because I think remembrance has to do with yourself. It's almost like remembering that part of you that is completely pure and untouched. Remembering source itself, and when you were completely connected to it. Being able to regress back to truth is not regression. It's actually enlightenment. That's really interesting energy. Your commitment is being tested. Yes, thank you. We know. And this is kind of it, first quarter. This is kind of where we are now in terms of where is the moon. We are in its first quarter, I believe. Yeah. Yep. We are in its first quarter. So this is exactly where we are now. Your commitment is being tested. How much do you want this? Enough to take the first steps to get it. And it's like that first step off of that fourth step. And what do I mean by the fourth step? If you've ever read, and I quote this a lot, if you've ever read The Alchemist, if you've never read The Alchemist, please go read The Alchemist. It's legitimately like, I think 150 pages. It's laughable. You could read it while going to the toilet. Like, it's so easy to read. It's not complex in terms of the text, but the story is so exceptional that I think it should be part of public school necessity, But he talks about the 5 steps of achieving your dream. And that fourth step is the trickiest, because the step off that fourth step feels like you're going backward. Because that fourth step is very deceptive, because you're happy. You're happy. There's so many things around you that are good. Why would you leave here? Because you're not there yet. Wherever the fuck there is, you could still feel a pull. And it's not about not being satisfied or satiated. It's not. It's that this ain't the place for you. And holy shit, if those first few steps don't feel like you made the biggest fucking mistake of your life. The biggest mistake of your life. You're going to feel like that. You're going to feel like you made the biggest mistake of your life. And you know what? You didn't. You made the bravest mistake of your No, you made the bravest decision of your life. Thank you, God. I'm so glad that you love me so much that you gave me options for happiness, but I'm going all the way. I'm going all the way. And that's when God's going to be like, oh shit, we got a dream maker here. And from that point on, you're locked in, baby. You're locked in. And that's that point. This is the time when you step off that fourth step. And it's going to be fucking tough. But you know why? Because only the best of the best get to the highest level. And from this point on, you're only ever going to get sent back to the beginning of this level, because this is the final level. This is when you lock in your karma. This is the final level. And you've locked it the fuck in. You've locked it the fuck in by stepping off that step. And it feels weird. And it feels, oh my God, I must be insane. You're not. You're not. I promise you. You're welcome, Shah. Yeah. Yep, exactly, Caspo. And it's not, it's exactly the way it's supposed to be. Oh, God bless you, Chrissy. Thank you so much for your donation, sweetheart. Thank you so much. God bless you. Life-changing epiphany or experience. It's a time of big and blessed change for you, and God is supporting you each step of the way. Big, blessed change for you. And God is supporting you. Absolutely. And please, what have I told you time and time again? And I think the biggest fear right now is that I don't want to be back to where I was 20 years ago. You're not. That was step one. Fucking up once you've stepped off step 4 and you've acknowledged and accepted step 5, because step 5 is a journey in itself. You're not gonna be flung back to step 1, because you've changed. The person who's gotten through step 4, step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4 is not the person that stepped out of their home to start step 1. You aren't the same person. You can't lose who you've earned. You're here. You're intact. You're not going back to step 1. You will never be there again. I promise. You're different. Your universe, the world that you built, is different. You've changed. You can't go back there, but you can keep moving forward. And my brave ones, this is for you. This is that step toward the promised land, the dream, the treasure, if you're going by what the alchemist said. The treasure. And it is ironic how, we've looked and we've searched for so long. And the treasure he ends up with was actually buried beneath where he started. But there's no way he would have known it. And that's what I'm telling you is you need to be pushed out of this comfort zone to learn something else about yourself. That's the other key that turns you into the next step. And that's how it works. There's no way he would have found that key without going through all those things he went through. And by the time he gets back, he has more than he thought he would, because he has someone to share it with. Because he finds love along the way, and it's not the person he thought was his love. It's something much better and much greater. Hey, Rihanna. I don't know why the system decides to hide some messages. It's weird. I don't really understand it, but I don't have to understand everything. I'm actually going out to Arizona this weekend. I'm leaving Thursday morning. FYI, guys, just so that you know. Got to go take care of some stuff with my son. Trust, all will work out well. We, your angels, are here to nurture, protect, and heal you. Trust in the healing power of our love. We love you more than you will ever know. And that's it. Don't doubt it. Heart song. What is your heart saying? Stop and listen. Your truth lies within the empty spaces between your thoughts. Your truth shines through from within your soul. Your truth is that which is eternal and unchanging. Your truth is love. You got a heart song and you know where it's echoing from. That's your home. Those are the walls of your home. Keep going. You're on the right track. It's just that moments like these are the moments that make you think I'm on the totally wrong track. What the fuck am I doing? But I promise you, you're on the right track. I love you guys. Thank you for sharing this time with me. I will definitely be back online tomorrow, and be sure to look for Scorpio, Libra, and Sagittarius tomorrow on Born Without Boundaries Tarot right here on YouTube. I love you guys. If you haven't yet, please check out the weekly astrology forecast, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Miranda, it means that you might not have to leave as soon as you think. So I would just check with the association about what that means. Yeah. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.